Hello everyone, my name is Aslan and I will be talking about multiculturalism in global classrooms. The society we live in today, majority of us are aware of what multiculturalism is, but just to refresh everyone's memory, according to Multiculturalism Australia, it is a term which recognizes and celebrates the cultural diversity within a population. In terms of multicultural education, it gives students opportunities to build understanding and communication skills across cultures and enhance their learning without boundaries regardless of race, culture, or religion. The multicultural classroom provides an opportunity for students from different cultures to bring the enormous range of experiences, knowledge, perspectives, and insights to the learning. However, with its advantages, it also comes with its drawbacks, which will be discussed, and the strategies required or need to tackle those issues. With multicultural classrooms, and the issues that arises are directly related to teachers and their way of adapting to the diversity in the classrooms and how to teach in a diverse classroom. Teachers have the big responsibility to make every student feel welcome regardless of ethnic background. With teachers not having enough training to deal with diverse students within their classrooms, there will always be bonding issues between the teacher and the student. As a result of this, children of diverse groups often feel as if they don't belong here and don't fully understand the content that is being taught. The lack of focus on multiculturalism and not knowing how important it is to them, either in society or within the classrooms, will always have its negative impact on diverse students. Okay, so the question that arises is that why it is so important to highlight these issues. Well, today's classrooms are more culturally diverse than ever before. Therefore, today's students need to build the skills, attitudes, and knowledge to be successful in the global and interdependent world in which they will live and work as adults. To teach to multicultural minds, it is imperative that we understand how to honor and nourish students from all cultures in our classrooms. This nourishment will result in better communication between intercultural students and will develop a sense of respect for other cultures. Let's talk about some of the strategies that teachers and students can take to understand these issues in a better way. One way to do that is to establish an introduction system or meet and greet process that enables students and staff to gain information about the cultural backgrounds of others and the diversity of experience in the classroom. This will provide opportunities for students to get to know about each other and open up about their own culture. Teachers should ask questions in between so that the students from diverse backgrounds can feel that the teacher is interested in knowing about them. Teachers should provide opportunities for students so that they can interact with them informally, such as during the break or after the class or the lecture. Another way to understand these issues in a better way is by using information technology, as it is a useful and an easy, accessible method for interaction between teacher and a student. So by understanding these issues of diversity within the classrooms, teachers can develop new strategies to help students become reflective and active citizens of a democratic society. Life is about learning, and one can never say that I have learned enough because knowledge is never ending. And to learn it effectively, especially within the multiculturalism classrooms, new strategies need to be implemented. According to 2004 research by Woods, Barker, and Daly, they found that assessment-based process of requiring students to manage and respect cultural differences within multicultural groups produce generally positive experiences of classroom diversity. In classrooms where knowledge construction takes place, teachers should enable students to identify and interrogate so that they can make their own interpretations of reality. During knowledge construction process, students relate ideas and perceptions and make judgments and evaluations. Instead of looking for a single answer to a problem, students are encouraged to generate multiple solutions and perspectives. Other approaches such as addition of current events and news stories into the curriculum to make students aware of the happenings around the globe. Assigning students with multicultural projects other than of their own culture is a good strategy to develop knowledge and respect for other cultures, and totally avoid prejudging others' knowledge or ability, even their language skills, on the basis of presumed difference. According to New South Wales Multicultural Education Policy 2005, the policy responds to the cultural, linguistic and religious diversity of New South Wales. It commits schools to providing opportunities that enable all students to achieve equitable education and social outcomes and participate successfully in our culturally diverse society. The policy aims to require schools to nurture the well-being of all students regardless of ethnicity. Schools to introduce programs to develop intercultural understanding and deliver differentiated curriculum and targeted teaching and learning programs, and more importantly, schools to ensure practices that recognizes and respects all students regardless of race, religion, or culture. Another important policy called the Anti-Racism Policy, which came into effect in 2005, requires schools to reject all forms of racism. It is committed to the elimination of racial discrimination in New South Wales government schools, including direct and indirect racism, racial abuse and harassment in all aspects of the learning and working environment. Multicultural education is more than cultural awareness, but rather an initiative to incorporate all underrepresented groups. By applying these new approaches, it will show students that no matter what your gender, physical ability, or cultural heritage is, you can always succeed in life. It will strengthen the relationship between students and teachers and among students, as the student can develop positive self-esteem, which can help develop the confidence of the student. This will further result in opening the ways in which students think, as they can develop different perspectives of any issue and can think out of the box. By applying the policy of anti-racism, schools can combat the stereotypes and prejudice behavior towards other cultures, which can result in social justice and promotes democratic values. Also, it allows teachers to work in an ethical way and promotes ethical practices within the classrooms. To conclude my presentation, I would like to highlight that teachers should look beyond the physical characters and consider the complexity of the individual and group experiences. Multicultural education gives students opportunities to build understanding and communication skills across cultures. And therefore, it is very important for teachers to introduce unity within the classrooms through diversity. It would be helpful to keep in mind that what we don't value much in one culture might be crucial in another culture. And this concludes my presentation. Thank you.